Hello, and welcome back to the Plies and Hellhounds channel. We are a crafty, puppy intrepid channel coming to you from Central Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigailss and on my hand-dyed yarn at Plies and Hellhounds and pliesandhellhounds.com. It is 2023. It is our first video of the year. It's our first video in a long time because Vlogmas and the holidays and life just went a little cray-cray for a hot second there. But we are here, we are back, and we have a video idea. As one does. So we have I have a pumpkin chai tea latte because I still can't taste anything. And this feels like coffee, but doesn't give me coffee jitters. So that's what we're doing now. I hate it. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not that bad, but it's not great. If there's a ton of cuts, I'm going to try and cut out like my sniffles / coughs. We are recovering from a bout of the COVID after 3 years. We've got it. We caught it. So yeah, if there's a bunch of jump cuts, I'm just trying to edit out those because they are few and far between, but when they do happen, they are annoying. So today I want to go through my stash and write down my plans. So I made a bullet journal for the year, my Archer and Olive. I think it's an A5. And my plan was, as you can tell by my terrible cursive, because I learned cursive and then immediately never used it, my plan is to do a stash in, stash out. And I did a fancy little Dutch door. So on this side, I will be recording all the yarn and projects I have planned for it, and this will count towards any yarn that comes in to my stash this year. And then stash out on the left side of the page is finished projects. So what the project is, what size I did, what yarn I used, not necessarily, I'm not going to be recording like how much of my stash I use, but at least this way now when I don't know what to cast on and I have a bout of cast on-itis, I can look into this and go, hey, I have all this yarn that I have planned for and I wanted to knit so I can cast this on instead. So that's the plan. We are going to fill this in. Not all the way, but most of the way. But to do that, we have to go through our stash, which I want to do anyway. It's been a hot minute, and as you can see here, some stuff is just piling up. Yeah, this is my entire personal stash. Most of it is not old at this point, at least a couple of years old. And yeah, I've been collecting it for the past 5-6 years. A good chunk is also my personal hand-dyed yarn from my shop because I do like to keep the clubs and collections. And so yeah, let's get started. I haven't thought about how I'm going to film this because I've spent most of the morning figuring out lighting because it is a like bleak snowy day and all I want to do is just play Disney Dreamlight Valley and not think about anything, but I have to get back to work. I need to get back in the swing of things, so I figured filming this could be our re-entry into the world. Maybe, we'll see. If I just take a nap in the middle of this, then we'll find out. But yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to film this in an aesthetic way. But here's my stash. She is an IKEA calyx that I put on some legs I got off Amazon, so she's off the ground. I just got these Target bins because I can fit 2 in a cubby. And then the IKEA baskets that come with the calyx, some random baskets, random jars, that, and also my Archer and Olive collection lives up here. And some plants, because they don't need a ton of sun, but they need some sun. Maybe we'll go, like, I'll take everything out and then we'll do it by sweaters. I just watched Knitting in the Dark Maria, who is Woolen Forest. She did hers by, like, sweater quantities, more than single skeins and single skeins. And I like that idea. So I might copy that. We'll see. I will also say I don't have stash down goals this year, but I have spin down goals. I have this, I have a wall of braids, and I have 2 fleeces in the corner back there of fiber. Plus, I think 2 bins underneath this thing. and a loop bump and a basket. I think that's it. I want to spin down my stash. For the past 2 years, I keep saying I don't have any fiber. I don't have any fiber. I have nothing to spin. And then I turn around and now there's fiber coming out of my ears. So, no, I am not buying any fiber this year. Potentially. We'll see. I want to spin everything I have. I want to start fresh with my spinning stash. I don't know. I did the Akara Fiber Advent, the Dark Forest Fiber spinning Advent. I got it as a Christmas present, so I just want to spin. I want to spin. And I did. I spun a loop bump. I have another loop bump to spin and send to a friend. I want to spin down my stash. So that's goal number 1. It's in my, this is not a bullet journal walkthrough, but I did make my goals for 2023, and spinning my stash is on my list. I have 23 goals in 2023. Some small, some not small. So I'll see you on the floor, because that's probably where it's going to be the easiest to do this. I'm calling this my 2023 stash plans. I don't think I'm going to get through all of this in 2023. I'll be proud if I get through part of this in 2023. I just think having it written down is going to help me visually see what is in my stash without having to keep it out at all times. I'm a very big out of sight, out of mind person. So if it goes in a bin, it doesn't exist anymore, and I have no yarn. It's not there. So I'm hoping putting it in a journal will help me with that. So let me actually get a pen so I can write this down. So I have a pile here. I also have my phone with my Ravelry. I did make a favorites bundle of everything I could think of the other night while I was trying to organize this whole thing. I'm on this. Aha. Okay. So let's just see if I can remember what's supposed to be what. Sweater quantity 1 is nightshades. This is for Jake. I don't remember the pattern, but this isn't going in my stash plan because it's not for me. And that's not cheating because I make up the rules. It's my own stash. But yeah, this is 9 skeins of nightshade in the VCR color. So that's the green one. For Jake, he wants a cable-y, super cable, fisherman cable sweater of cables. Because why wouldn't he? I'm going to have to really, I don't know how I'm going to organize this. I have everything in the bins because we do live in like a 1920s-ish apartment house. So, you know, just trying to keep it safe since I'm not interacting with this every single day. My dream would just to make this be a cabinet, but that is not happening at this very moment. So personal sweater quantities, we're starting from the top. We're starting top of the stash and going down. I have set aside some Plies and Hellhounds in the Yugen color on my iron base and 2 skeins of Nightmares. Yeah, 2 skeins of Nightmares plus 10 on my fig lace. So this is a BFL tweed. This is a kid mohair and silk blend to hold together to do the Hobbiton vest by Fabled Knitwear. I'm still on a vest kick. It's happening. It's just, this is how it is. This is how it is. So I could set up like aesthetic writing, but we are mostly chaos here. If you are new, mostly running off of vibes and chaos. I'm gonna need another table to write this down. I don't want to sit on the floor because I am the tired, and yeah, I'm not sure I'll get back up again if I sit down on the floor. So this is a little bit cray-cray. So yeah, sweater quantity number 1. I'm also gonna have to sit on the floor and reorganize this because it's just gonna have yarn everywhere. So I also have the number of skeins that I have set aside. That way I know if I change project ideas, how many skeins I have. A lot of this is going to be Pleasant Hellhounds. I'm telling you, I'm just saying that now. Next we have Pleasant Hellhounds Hagstone on my Nectar base. This was our Indie Untangled colorway for this year. And I don't have a project for this, so I'm not going to write anything down, but it is a sweater's quantity for a crop top, which I think is what this is going to become, be a Salty Air, a Pine Creek crop, an Outline tee, a Mount Pleasant top, something like that. So this is a crop top sweater quantity for me. I do have a 31-inch bust, so I usually knit a size 1 or 2 for a crop top, and I do end it. I have not a short, I don't know. I ended about here, so I'm usually good with 2 skeins for a crop top. Next, I have a sweaters quantity for the Hot Dish cardigan by Lindsay Fowler of Larkspur Knits, and I have 4 skeins of Anna Karam. Is this enough? This can't be enough. I have to look at the pattern. 4, isn't it held double? I don't know. I can dye up more if I need to. But I have 4 skeins of Anna Karam on my iron base, 1 skein of Sonder, and this magical little skein of Leatherbound on Penny, which is no longer a base I carry. She's been retired, but she has been through multiple contrasts for many things. So 1 more project, she's going in there. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I want more cardigans. It's going to be a lot of cardigans in this. I'm just going to put 6 skeins because that's the total skeins. Some not Pleasant Hellhounds. But same vibe. This is Lambstring yarns on her Utopia Decay in the Buried Alive colorway. And this, I want to do a Skagen tee, which is a DK weight cropped 3/4 sleeve like cardigan shirt tee thing. I got this at Indie Untangled 2021, I think. This is going to be a fast one, and I'm super excited for that. Another cardigan. There's also going to be a little bit of a palette, as you can see. This, I have 4 skeins of the Green Mountain Spinnery Mountain Mohair, which is their North American fiber and yearling mohair. This is in the jet black colorway, and this is going to be a Felix cardigan. This has been on my list for a hot minute. Most of this I got out of I won from the I-91 shop hop because Green Mountain Spinnery is on the I-91 shop hop, and I think I bought 1 skein at either Rhinebeck or the shop hop the following year after winning the grab bag to get the right amount. So this is going to be a Felix cardigan. I have lots of buttons, but I have no buttons chosen for any of these projects. So another super simple cardigan, cropped, fast knit. It's worsted weight. It's going to go by so quickly. If I just knit these projects, think of the things. Think of the things. I do have like not a complete wardrobe shift, but like I want to work on my wardrobe because a lot of things are aging out. Like the pieces themselves are aging out. Like I've worn through a couple handmade dresses. A lot of things don't fit anymore. Most of the stuff that I made pre-pandemic. So they're not fitting the way I want them to. They're not fitting comfortably anymore. And I need to update my wardrobe to where I'm at right now. So I have a wardrobe overhaul coming. That does not help that none of my machines work at this moment. Not helping me a single bit, but that's a different time, different thing. So did I have anything planned for that? I don't think I did. All right, these are purchases that I've made quite recently, including Rhinebeck. These are Rhinebeck purchases. I made these at Rhinebeck. I'm now questioning everything in my life, and I've had a very terrible streak of not ordering enough yarn for most of the projects I've worked on recently. So looking at what I have, I'm now terrified it's not going to be enough. But that's a future problem for Gabby, a future Gabby problem. I got some ampersand fibers, three skeins of ampersand in her Castlin fingering, which is 100% Corriedale in the vermilion colorway. That's what I was looking for. And the plan for this is the cinnamon pullover. I did not have a plan for Rhinebeck, so I was just kind of like perusing Ravelry, and that pullover popped up, and I want it. So there we go. I'm hoping this is enough. I don't know anymore. I'm questioning everything, but that's not why we're here today. We're here to make stash plans for 2023. I realize now I should have made a space for the weight of the yarn, but it's too late for that now. It's too late. Maybe next year, 2024. 2024 is the year of video. Maybe I'm not ready. Okay, this is the last Rhinebeck sweaters purchase from this year. And this is 3 skeins of Garthenor Presley, which is their Polworth Hebridean wool in the Tuscany colorway, and 4 skeins of this Jacob wool from Snook Farm to make the Pressed Flowers cardigan. Again, very excited for that. There is a little bit of a color palette going on. It's me. This is me if I were yarns. 100%. Love it. Love it so much. I don't know how I'm going to write all this down. But yeah, this is a Pressed Flowers cardigan. A lot of cardigans this year. I really did say I have one cardigan, and now that's all I want to knit, apparently. So, okay. I'm going to tidy up this mess and then move on to the next bit. Let's go. Let's do this. The last on top yarns are these 3 wheels of Manchego. I'm forgetting like the brand name of these. I will leave a link to where I got them from. What's that? The Woolly Thistle? Did I buy them from the Woolly Thistle? I think I bought it from there. It's Manchego wool, as in the cheese, but the wool from the sheep. It's my cheese yarn. It's cheese yarn. Everything is cheese this year. So I have 3 plates of these, and I really want to do the Fields of Gold pullover. So I want to make a wheat field pullover out of my cheese yarn, and that's it. That's all I want to do. This is it just like very, very lightly spun 2-ply. Like it just, I think Plotulopi is a very similar base to this. I've never knit with that or any of the other yarns like this. This is my first like Plate-O yarn experience. I can't smell it at this very moment, but I know it smells delicious and sheepy, and I'm so excited for it. I got like the dark gray colorway, I think it's the dark gray colorway. I have 3 plates of this. I will be holding it double. I don't think anything calls for you to like hold it single. I mean, it's got like, I guess 2 plies is what you would call it. If you can, yeah, you should be able to see that. I'll just use myself as a background. Yeah. So I will be holding this double. I know some patterns have you hold like a mohair with it. This pattern does not have you do that, to my knowledge. To be fair, I have not read anything of it yet, but that is the plan for these guys. I don't really have anything to store them in, so they've just been like living here with my from Blood and Ash, even though I'm not gonna finish that series. So dagger, I forgot the name of the dagger, but it's basically an Excalibur situation up there. This is a little out of my comfort zone, but I got this Camilla fiber at SSK this year. Sorry, it is so bright. She is a new to me dyer. She's based out of Nashville, and her colors are delightful and calming, and I want to bury my face in them. They're not my color palette. They're very light neutrals, pinks, blushes, light browns, tans, and I love those colors. I just am a red-based pale, so I think a lot of them I look washed out in, but like this like light rose color I'm super excited for. It's very romantic. This is alpaca silk and cashmere, sylvan fingering. I love it. And I want to make, I have to look this up. Hold on. I came across this designer and she has so many things and I'm obsessed with all of them. Like, it is fitting the Parisian hobbit aesthetic so well. The Ola sweater by what? I wish Rabbit told me the name of the designer. Irene Lynn. So this is going to be that. And I'm just, yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, I just want to be like a romantic, like I just want to be Belle in a field screaming, I want adventure in the great wide somewhere, while also like gathering herbs in my garden outside of my moss covered home. That's it. That's all I want to do. And I want to do it in the shirt with like a lovely burgundy velvet like jumper thing with the skirt and the like the Tudor neckline, and like I have a vision and I want it so badly. So that is this. That is that. That is a tangent. This is also incredibly soft. 1,000 out of 10. She has like a super dark, like a cool chocolate brown. If I'm remembering this correctly, I'm basing this completely off memory, so I could be way off. But this stunning color. I think she does all natural dyes for her colors, and just, oh, I love them. I love her stuff so much. She also has the cutest pins. I got a pin at SSK. I don't know if I actually said this is her Dahlia colorway. It's getting a little blown out just because of my lighting situation in this moment, but I will try and fix that in editing. We'll see how motivated I am when I edit this, because motivation's not, it's few and far between at this point. Okay, this idea came when I was looking at patterns again for this whole thing. So I have a sweater's quantity of Garthenor Snowdonna sock, which is their Hebridean wool in the Brythter colorway, which is they're black. It's just, oh God, it's just like chef's kiss. Little bits of the silver and just beautiful. And I think I have to check. I want to do the Fila sweater? Filet? I don't know. That sweater. I think that would just be like goth romantic chef's kiss. Do I have enough yardage? I may not. Potentially I would like to do that. I think I'm going to need like 1 or 2 more skeins. So that would be a little annoying because this is Welsh and that's going to be a lot in shipping, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. So I'm going to write this down anyway so I don't forget. I think that's all the sweaters I have planned. The only other garment I have planned is a vest, and I want to make the Academic by Skandir Knits out of my winter collection. Is this like, yeah, my winter collection on the Selkie base. It is a colorwork vest. It is delightful. I've had these caked up for like a year now. It's just one of those things I have to cast on. I know I'm going to love it once I cast it on, but here it is. Here she is. She's there. She's there. She's there. I'm going to put her on top of my stash so I see her more. I really would like that done this year. I would like my vest collection to grow. I'm liking vests right now. And that's the sweater quantities I have planned. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more Snowdonia socks, which is their Romney and Hebridean wool in their Idris colorway from Garthenor. No plans for this, but maybe a classic V-neck kind of sweater. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I just want like some good basics. Yeah, no plans for that. I also have a lot of grays. Oh, this isn't a sweater's quantity, but I have 2 skeins of mountain mohair in their gray and their green from Green Mountain Spinnery as well. Could also be a sweater. Possibly. Together. Probably. It's for worsted, so I don't know. I would need to get more for this. So, TBD. The rest of my stash is single skeins of sock yarn, club colors, test skeins, self-striping yarn. That's it. Like, yeah, it's a mess. I did open everything up and look at it and then realize this would be a 37,000 hour video. No, it would not be. It would be like an hour and a half long if I were to go through everything again. And I don't have any plans for those things. So I'm going to leave it here because those are my stash plans. I like where I'm at with shawls. I like knitting shawls, but I don't know what to do with them afterwards. And I'm already having a large dilemma of, oh my God, no, I have more. I need a Gatorade break. Okay, I'm not writing this down because I know I have to do it. It's in my head. This is Hart on Tesla. I am trying to redo my one and only shawl pattern to the Till Death shawl. And I just need to knit it one more time. And then I can do a photo shoot and release it. So that's this. I have to do that this year. That is my goal. Wanted to do that last year. That never happened. This is going to be... Okay, this is Pleasant Hellhounds, Nightmares Plus 10 on my Selkie base. I forgot what this is a leftover from, to be completely honest. What did I knit? I don't know. I knit something, so this is a leftover of it. This was going to be a Salty Air Tea, and then I got a skein of Spin Cycle yarns in the Wild Hand color from Wild Hand when I went to Philadelphia in December, and I'm going to do a short sleeve, oh my God, what's that called? I just knit it. I just wore it. Hold on. What is it called? Oh my God, what is it? God, Sam, what's your sweater called? Fall Frolic. Okay. She designed it out of my yarn, the Fall Frolic. I want to make a short sleeve Fall Frolic out of these guys. I think it would be super cute, and then using a little 50-gram special skein would just, chef's kiss, be perfect for it. So, yes, I want this. I really wanted to cast this on like immediately, but then Advent things, and by immediately after I bought this yarn. Advent things, December happened, and here we are on January 12th. So, let me write that down, and then I'll be done. So yeah, those are my stash plans for 2023 / what I have in my stash. But that is the plans. Some of this yarn is just collection yarn. I just want to have it. There are some sweater quantities in there. I know I have, I think 3 skeins of the Winter Solstice from Volenvine. 2 or 3 skeins. I think I got 3, but I might have gotten 3 to give as a gift to somebody. So I might only have 2. But I would like that to be a sweater. I think that is a special enough yarn that I want it to be a long-term garment, and I'm not very into knitting shawls or accessories right now, but I also am only into wearing 2 or 3 of them. I'm only gravitating towards my Vortex shawl, my shawl that Kristen from Volenvine designed at a DKW yarn, and my hand spun cowl by Andrea Mowry. Shifted cowl? Those are the only things that I'm gravitating towards. I am working on a cowl. I will do a whip walkthrough next week, so I will go through all of my works in progress for next week's video, just to catch you up on what I've been working on. And yeah, that's, we'll go from there. So I have to clean up. Those are that's that. But I want to catch you up on what I have been reading. I have been doing some reading. I have not been keeping up with my journal. I'm not starting a new one because it's 2023. I will be going until the end of this journal. I don't have much left though. This is, I think one of these is just a test page for markers, but I only have this much left. So, yeah, I think think the last time I talked about books, I just finished Book of Night by Holly Black, and that was for our Patreon book club. We do a book a quarter to keep it easy. Chaotic but cozy. So after that, I finished Company of Fiends by Catherine Moon. It is the second in a series. I'm forgetting the name of the series. It's a Why Choose monster romance. Delightful. Apparently I did not read that much. Okay, December, I did not read a ton, but I did have a reading day with two friends where we set 40-minute timers. We read for 40 minutes. We recapped what we read to each other. We had some snacks and then we did it again. And we just did that all day and it was amazing. And I read a bunch of books. So I finished The Cursed Hollow, which was a Sleepy Hollow retelling. Paranormal, like ghosts. Basically, this girl, I forget her name. I'm terrible at recapping books. The fact that you guys come to me for recommendations is astounding every time. Her father's obsessed with the lore of Sleepy Hollow, so he names her after the girl in it, whose name I'm forgetting. And, like, there's a sort of love triangle between the Ichabod Crane character and then the Abraham character. I forgot the actual character's name. There is no romance with the Headless Horseman. Didn't read the back of the book, but a little disappointed in that. Basically, she's got to help the Headless Horseman and also is like being cursed at the same time and doesn't want to be in this town anymore because she hates the fact that her dad named her after these characters. I will not be continuing the series. It was fun, but I'm good. I'm fine. So then, we decided to read holiday romances. I'm putting romance in a very loose term. Holiday smut books. So I read Santa Daddy first. It was not great. Age play is not a thing I enjoy. So it was exactly what I thought it was gonna be, but I was just not into it. So we moved on. And then we did Grave Tidings, which was a Krampus love story. I'm gonna leave it at that. Then we did Mr. Jingle, which is a similar series. He is a demon who has been trapped for millennia in basically a cursed mirror, and then finally on Christmas Eve he gives himself a body and comes out of the mirror and saves the day. So there's that. He named himself Mr. Jingle because of the shop owner that had the mirror had jingle bells on the doors. Every time the main female character would come in, it would jingle. So Mr. Jingle. And that was it for the reading day. I did finish Hex Appeal, which I listened to that on Scribed, and that was a very adorable witch romance. I'm forgetting all of the characters' names right now, but it's a little town in England, and this lawyer from Seattle inherits this rundown farmhouse in this town, so he moves there after quitting his job, breaking up with his girlfriend, and just his father passed away. I think his mother died. He was just having a go of it. So he moved to England and moves into this tiny village who has this family of witches, and just chaos ensues. Every year they have to do, Essie has to do a ritual to bring on the winter, and then it turns out that is much more than she thought it was, and his family bloodline is from a witch hunter. It's just it was delightful. I'm really into listening to adorable witch contemporary witch romances right now, and it was snarky, it was sassy, the characters were just so good, the house was amazing. It was one of those houses where it knows what you need before you know. So if you need the library, it'll push you towards the library, but if you think you need the library but you really need to go sit in the garden, it'll turn the library into a tornado. It's delightful. So that was Hex Appeal. 10 out of 10. Loved it. And then I read A Very Krampus Christmas by Katee Roberts, who is my queen, and I love her. And that was just a delectable little 45-minute Krampus love story. Chef's kiss. Amazing. My 2023 page. It's not great. I did it in the midst of COVID. I have finished one book so far this year, And that is A Soul to Keep. I will be putting all the authors down here. I just cannot think of the names of anybody. And that is a fantasy romance. The human world. There's human worlds. They started to advance, get electricity, and like modernize their world. And then demons came into the world. And now, whenever the sun is like at night, demons come and hunt humans. So it sort of like brought humans back to like more of a medieval, not like pre-industrial lifestyle, because they can't like advance enough with these demons attacking them. So every 10 years they have the Duskwalker, who can walk in the sun and at night. Well, most demons can only walk at night, like the sun burns them. Comes to different villages every 10 years and requires a human sacrifice. The human has to go with him. They don't like kill the human for the Duskwalker, so then he can revamp the protection spell every 10 years. So this girl, who her family was killed by demons, but she survived, she is then deemed a harbinger. She is deemed bad luck. So they choose her when she turns of age to be the sacrifice, to go with the Duskwalker, whose name is Orpheus, I think. And yeah, it is giant himbo, so dumb, but want so much love, demon love story. The dialogue is very modern, but like that's my only gripe with it, is sometimes that takes me out of it. But then you kind of do remember, like, they could have been a very modern, this could have been a very contemporary world if demons were not in it, because they're the ones who are just, you know, like keeping the humans tucked into their little villages and like being able to communicate with each other or travel long distances or do anything to like help bring on more inventions and whatnot. So that's that. I think I'm going to continue that series later this year. I do the Kindle Unlimited like deals for 3 months, so it's like pay $2 and get 6 months of Kindle Unlimited. And then when that's up, I cancel it for a couple months and I work on my physical TBR. So I'm in the physical TBR section of my reading. I am currently working Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. Sorry, lighting. And this is our book club, our little chaos book club book for the Patreon. And I'm about halfway through, and this is just delectable, no stakes, delightful, cozy fantasy. She is an ogre. She has a succubus assistant, and they are trying to run a coffee shop in a city that's never heard of coffee before. And there is like a little mole baker. It's just chef's kiss. So lovely. So lovely. So that's what I'm currently working on. I have a couple books I want to start listening to, mostly bakery murder mysteries. Also cheese murder mysteries. I have discovered those. I haven't started listening to them yet, but I will. I have a stack of TBR that I want to work through. I don't have any reading goals this year. My goal last year was to read 60 books. I read, according to my Storygraph, 59. I feel like I've missed one, so whatever. That's fine. I'm saying 60, 70 books again this year. I'm not trying to like powerhouse through things. If I go through another Ice Planet reading craze, I go through another Ice Planet reading craze. If I don't, I don't. I would like to read through my physical TBR. I got a lot of books last year, and I really like all of them, and I'm very excited for a lot of them, and I want to read them. So that is what I have been reading. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a lot of life stuff. The holidays happened. New Year's happened. We got sick. We are on the mend. We are doing better. We are getting back into a routine of things. So yeah, I am excited for 2023 shop things. I've got some big plans for March. We've got a couple shows coming up at the end of April and the beginning of May. Yes, the Wicked Seeds is coming to a close, so we have a new club. Sorry, I just realized my head is getting cut off and there's hair everywhere. I have a new club coming in March, which will be announced soonish when I finalize what that is and what the base is going to be. That's it. If you want to see more behind the scenes things, or also we have a new series starting over on our Patreon along with our quarterly book club. Join us over there for that. You can find the links to all my socials down below, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are new, thank you so much for coming back. If you are a returning viewer, we put out videos almost every Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.